Good evening. Hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Good evening. So if my voice, my video, my screen, everything is clear to all the candidates, should we start?
Yes, clear.
And who amongst the team is with me? Hello, Mafia.
Hi, Dr. Mehwish. I can see your screen. Welcome to the
That's great.
session. How are you doing?
And are we live? Should we start?
No, just give me a second. Asma, can we please do live?
Okay, please.
Yeah, Asma is doing. Just give us a second. Thank you. So yeah, we are live now. Thank you, Asma.
Okay, that's great. So I welcome everyone to another very interactive, very informative and knowledgeable free live webinar of Med Exam Expert for the students of MRCOG-1, and it is specially organized for the students of January 2023 MRCOG-1 exam who are going to take the exam in just 2 months, and they are preparing for it. So it would be a great help that they can practice some questions with us and they can ask about their doubts, and they can discuss their preparation. And there is a very important thing that you will get to talk to some of our old students who were part of our courses also, and they took the exam, and they will tell you that what were the strategies they used while they were preparing for the exam, and what they did for the revision. So it would be definitely a very informative and great thing for you. So Walaikum Assalam, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Good evening, Dr. Nighat, Dr. Juveria, Munazza, Khadija. Someone from Samsung, please, can you tell me about your name? Dr. Burhan and Dr. Iram. Thank you. Let us start. So how to solve difficult questions in MRCOG-1? Hello, Dr. Nazia. Okay. So we will try solving some questions, and you will get to know that how we reach to the answer. Dr. Faiza is raising hand. Dr. Faiza, if you want to ask some question, please. So what is the primary goal of today's webinar? We will firstly discuss the distribution of paper 1 and paper 2. Why we will discuss the distribution? Because you should know that in what paper they will ask you the question from which subject, and from which subject they are going to ask how many questions approximately. This is not a rule. We will just check that what are the major and what are the minor subjects for the preparation of MRCOG 1. There is no sound. Is that so?
We can hear you, Dr. Mehwish.
Okay.
Samson, can you please rewrite your name? And Asma, can you please help her? Thank you.
Yes, please.
Backend team is helping you. Thank you, Dr. Thank you,
And,
Dr. Mehwish.
and you will get to know that how to solve confusing and difficult questions while you are taking the exam, and how to revise the syllabus before exam, because students are very much confused that what strategies should they take, what strategies they should know about while they are revising the syllabus, because everyone who is going to take MRCOG, he is preparing from 4 to 6 months, and that is a pretty good time. That time is quite enough. But what are the very, very, very good and authentic ways to revise your syllabus? That's also very important to know. And how would you know that if you are ready to take the exam or not? Because we know that booking window is open, and a lot of students have already booked the exam. So if you are confused that if you are prepared for exam or not, if you have booked the exam and you are very much worried that what will you do in the exam, because what happens that you think that the time is not sufficient, time is not sufficient for taking the exam. So I will guide you about it. We can talk in the live session also, and MedExam expert team is offering a very special contact session with the students, in which they guide the students that if they are prepared for exam or not. Okay. So right in front of your screen, you can see that there is distribution of paper 1 and paper 2, and a lot of students are already aware of this distribution. You can see that paper 1, embryology, genetics, biochemistry, epidemiology and stats, physiology, endocrinology, and anatomy are the subjects for paper 1. And you can see that from some subjects, they are only asking 8 to 10 questions, 10 to 12 or 12 to 15, but from some subjects, they are asking a lot of questions. So if we talk about the endocrinology, anatomy, and physiology, it's around 15, 20, and it's around 60 to 65 questions, which they only ask from these 3 subjects. So you should know that how many questions they are going to ask in the exam from the subjects which we call major, because from these topics, from these subjects, they are going to ask a lot of questions. So we call them major subjects. For paper 2, the major subjects are pharmacology, pathology, and data interpretation. Okay. And the minor ones from which very few questions are supposed to ask in the exam: immunology, biophysics, microbiome, and clinical management. So what I tell students that there is no major and minor subjects when you are preparing for the exam. You take this distribution into your mind because you are not supposed to spend unnecessary time on the subjects from which they will only ask 10 to 12 questions. Okay. So if we talk about the biostatistics, and if you are studying the biostatistics for whole 2 months and you stop reading anatomy and you are not revising the stuff you have done from the anatomy, and in these 2 months you are only worried about the stats, or you are only worried about the genetics, and you are doing a lot of questions from the biophysics, and you are leaving behind the data interpretation. So what you are doing, you are doing a disaster to your preparation. Okay. So during this revision time, you will focus more on the major subjects. That doesn't mean that you will leave behind the subjects from which they will ask few questions, but the amount of time you are going to spend to the major subjects should be more than these minor subjects. Okay. So we have a lot of participants taking our session. We have Dr. Amani Cannon, and she's not only my friend, but she's a very dear student of med exam. So Dr. Amani, what would you guide to the students? How much time should they spend on the major subjects, and how much should be for the minor subjects? And do you think if somebody just skip reading genetics at all, is that good for him or her to do so? Dr. Amani, let's talk. While we are waiting Dr. Amani to answer, let's talk to Dr. Luzine. Hello, Dr. Luzine.
Hello. I don't think it's good
Hello,
to skip
doctor.
anything. I think everything should be taken into account, and we have to be aware of all the subjects to read and be aware about everything, but we have to focus on the most important, like anatomy, physiology, pathology, pharmacology, and have them as fresh as possible. But when going through revision, we are the best people to know which subjects we are not good at and trying to eliminate those, because obviously everyone will have a good and bad experience. Some people will have taken the exam, some people haven't, but for some person who passed the exam and passed not knowing not revising genetics just because they know, it's one thing. But so if you don't know genetics and you don't revise it, that's a problem. So you know your own strengths and weaknesses. So you have to eliminate your weaknesses and revise your strengths so you don't forget your knowledge.
Dr. Luzine has described it so well that everybody is different while preparing for the exam. For some students, some subjects are quite easy, and for some students, that subject is difficult. So amount of time you spend on the subjects vary from person to person, and also minor and major subjects are equally important in terms of revision. So before going to the other parts of our session today, let's take a visit to our official MedExam website. Mafia will assist us in showing the website, and we will solve some questions which are very important. And let's see how you answer those questions, and let's see if the answers goes right or wrong, and let's see what score you get. And this is a very interesting part. This is a very interesting part of our session. Dr. Kainat, you are asking the time for each paper. It's around 2 to 2.5 hours for one paper. And there is 30 minutes break between the two parts of the exam. Dr. Numera, I hope your query is solved. So Mafia, you can take the
Yes, thank
screen
you.
and you can show the website to us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so very much, Dr. Mehwish. So I was just waiting so Asma can make me co-host. Yeah, just give me a second. Thank you.
You are a co-host. I just got a notification about it.
Yeah, I have just seen. Thank you so very much. So my screen is visible.
Okay, Dr. Faiza, I will answer this query after the question answer session. Please wait for some time.
Dr. Mehwish, my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible for me.
Okay. Okay, thank you
can
very
start
much.
from question number 1.
Okay, thank you so very much. Okay, before that, I just wanted to tell you all the participants that it's totally we have some free material as well for those who cannot purchase it. So what you have to do is you first have to go in the study material. You have to click over here. Let me show you. So here is the study material. First of all, what you have to do is you just have to click over here. After that, it gives you this dashboard, the which I have opened already. So you, from there, you have to select your category. For instance, I'm using it for MRCOG-1. Then you have to click on the exam rehearsal. After that, here it is get now. It's fully registered on your account. So after that, let's say it's just a sample question for all of you, and I will send you the other questions as well. So there are some instructions which those instructions which are very important. You have to just read it out. After that, you have to just click on the start button. Okay, let's wait for a moment. Okay, so now we have question number 1 with us. So you can just read the question number 1 and just write the correct answer in the chat box. Yeah.
And after you will enter the
Yeah, I was just waiting. Yeah, because I already know the keys. Yeah, actually I know the keys, so I'm just purposely not entering. Yeah, I'm just waiting for students.
You're not supposed to help the students in this question answer session.
No.
Let's see what score they get.
Yeah, inshallah.
And while explaining the answers, I will give you some very important tips and tricks for solving questions like these. Okay, a lot of correct answers also.
Yeah, actually, this is Dr. Mana is saying IGA. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. Dr. Noreen is saying IGA. Dr. Saima, Dr. Ruhi, Dr. Nigat, Dr. Bandhan. These all are Dr. Khatija, Dr. Asya, Dr. Yara.
Okay,
They
I
all are
first said
saying
IGG, and
yeah.
let's see what will be the answer.
Yes,
So,
just wait for others so that they can answer it as well. Because we have a long list, 90 participants here solving these questions. So I just waited. I'm waiting for some other. Okay. Asma, can you please help Dr. Faiza? She can't see the answers. I think there is some internet issue on her side because rest of students can see the screen. Asma from the backend team, please help.
so most of the students have answered option number 1, IGA. So, Mafia, should we click this?
Yeah, sure. Okay, I've just answered. So shall we go to the next one or shall we wait for some more students because students are writing? Okay, just wait for Dr. Mehwish, what do you say? Just wait for 10 more minutes because a lot of students are writing it. Still they are writing IJ. Dr. Pooja, yeah, thank you. They are writing the reasons as well. Yes, we will definitely see the explanation as well that why this option is correct. Okay. Okay, yeah, sure. Dr. Mehwish, can you please read the question for the students because they are asking for it? Dr.
Okay,
Rutaba is
this
saying.
question statement is saying one of the known benefits of breastfeeding is its role in supporting the infant's immune system. So, which of the following antibodies is secreted in large amounts in breast milk? The question is also about the antibody which is helping the immune system of the baby. So, which antibody? And the options are IgA, E, M, D, and G.
Okay, most of the students are saying IgA. No, I'm just sensing that it must be IgA. So hopefully I've corrected the
Let's see.
right option.
We
Yeah,
will check.
students are
We
writing.
will check the
Okay,
answers.
let's check. Okay, let's check. But once we will solve all the questions. Okay, the next question is Dr. Mehwish will read the question for us.
Okay, the question number 2 is saying what epithelium cell type lines the ureters? Ureters. You should read the word ureters clearly. And then the options are squamous, columnar, pseudostratified columnar, cuboidal, and transition.
Transitional.
Okay, let's see what students are
Okay.
saying.
Okay, most of the students are saying transitional because they are writing in the chat box. So I'll select this transitional. Although I do not know the answer, the right
And
one.
the person is saying cuboidal.
Okay, Dr. Sama is saying. Dr. Faiza is saying transitional. Dr. Yeah, okay. Most of the students are saying, oh, okay.
And I'm looking at the students from January batch, and both of the times the answer given by our students is most probably correct one. We will check the keys.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
let's see. Dr. Sarah, you
So,
have said the columnar, and Dr. Sarah, we will discuss the answer.
okay, yeah.
Dr.
So,
Faiza,
Dr.
again,
Mavish,
you are unable to see the question. If
Dr.
you are
Faiza, can you
using the
please join
phone,
again? Yeah, she can join
I think
again
she's
because rest
using
of
the
the
phone
students can see.
and the screen is not in front of her. Probably she's looking at candidates, list of the
Yeah.
candidates.
Okay, for that purpose, what you have to do is, Dr. Faiza, you have to swipe right or left. Then you will able to know. And I guess you can hear the voice as well.
Because
Asma from
the
the
voice
backend team, can you?
interrupts first
Yeah.
the screen later because if it's a connection problem, so
Mhm.
she can also she cannot also hear the voice.
Yeah, because Dr. Mavish, we have 96 participants and only one participant cannot see, but we will help that one participant as well.
Taba's screen is also not visible. Dr. Taba, if you are sure about the internet connection, try
Okay,
swiping
Asma,
the.
can you exactly? Asma, can you please write the customer support number in the chat box so student can message us on WhatsApp so we can help them.
Okay. So a lot of students have written the answer transitional. So what do you think, Maka? Should we submit this answer?
Yeah, I think we should submit it because most of the students have answered the question. So let's move to the next question. Okay.
It's another very confusing and difficult question from the text of MRCOG-1, lower part of vagina is derived from, and the statement of question is debatable because it's focusing you towards two things. Firstly, you will only talk about the lower part, not the upper part, and derived from it also has another meaning, that what is the embryological origin of lower part of the vagina. So read the question, statement of question very
Very
carefully
carefully.
and choose
Yeah.
one answer from the options. The options are endoderm, mesonephric duct, urogenital sinus, or none of above. I kept the statement of the question very simple for you so that you can quickly reach to the answer. But in exam, sometimes they add another stem into the question. They start talking about some anomaly or some disease, and then they, in the end of the question, they ask a very simple thing. Okay, we will see if urogenital sinus is the correct answer or not.
Genital
And there is a
sinus.
twist in the question also. So when I will explain the answers, and I'm very happy that this time all the students endoderm. Someone has said endoderm. Let's see if the endoderm is the correct answer or not. So
Okay. So I'll
well done,
select
students.
this
A lot
one.
of students are participating. And
Okay,
this is
I'll
the
just
actual
select the
purpose
answer.
of organizing this interactive session, that students should participate, students should write their answer. They can speak also, but writing the answers in chat box is a very organized way for solving the question. So urogenital sinus is the option mainly selected by the candidates. Okay, so should we go to the next question?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Dr. Chaman. How are you doing? I should just message us. She's a course student and very brilliant student.
Hello, Dr. Swati.
Yeah, welcome to the session, Dr. Chaman and Dr. Swati. Okay, so we have next question with us. What is the average lifespan of platelets? So it's 5 to 10 days, 10 to 20 days, 40 to 80 days, 80 to 120 days, or 120 to 160 days. So now you have to select the one answer. Okay, I'll go for option A, 5 to 10 days, because most of the students are saying this.
So the option 5 to 10 days is given by a lot of students. Around 40 to 50 students have written the answer. I'm wondering what other 50 students are doing. We have around 100 participants in the session, and
Yeah,
again, I want 100 answers. If all of them are correct, I would be very happy.
yes.
Okay, 5 to 10 days will be submitted
Yeah.
as the most
Actually,
chosen answer.
students are taking time in typing, I guess. And even they can
Probably.
open, yeah. If anybody facing issue in typing, then they can open the mic and just say it. If you are facing issue, then you have, otherwise you have to write it. Okay, students are still writing, Dr. Mehwish, because they're,
Yeah.
as I said, they're just
We can
taking
wait.
time.
We can wait for all the students to answer this question.
Yeah, okay.
Dr. Maira has said
Meanwhile,
120 to 160 days. Dr. Tahina,
Walaikum
walaikum
Assalam, Dr.
salam.
Tahrina.
Welcome.
Welcome to the session. Okay, Dr. Mehwish, one more thing I just wanted to
Yes,
tell the
that's
students
fine.
that we have another option that we have a revision mode as well. And in the revision mode, the students can see the answer as soon as they just select the option. So in the mock exam, or you can say in this mode, you just have to submit the paper.
وهذا شنو هذا؟
Asma, can you please mute the mic? Okay, thank you. So what I was saying, that we have a revision mode as well. In the revision mode, you can see the answer as soon as you can submit the right option or whatever the option is. And in the exam mode, you just have to click the options, and in the end, you can see the answers. Okay.
I would add one thing, Mafia, that using this website, it's so user friendly, and you can see that choosing answers and submitting the answer is very simple. So if students solve the mocks, it's quite like they are sitting in the exam and they are solving the exam. It's totally exam-like environment. So I would appreciate student using the website, and this is very easy to use.
Yeah,
Okay, so
exactly.
option
Even
number
Dr.
A.
Mehwish, we have, yeah, okay. Who was this? Okay, one more thing, Dr. Mehwish, we have some Q banks available for the students to practice, and we have some few booster mocks. They can solve the questions anytime, because we have in the booster mock we have two papers. Like in the paper 1 we have 100 questions, and in the paper 2 we have another 100 questions. So they can take those questions as well. So okay, I'm just submitting the answer. So the next question is, yeah. So here is the last question.
46xy x ज्यादा ही होता है ना एक नहीं टर्नर सॉरी कम होता है टर्नर कम है
Yes, you can discuss in the session, please. We will definitely appreciate if you discuss it.
Yes, you
So
can
Dr.
discuss
Mehwish
the
will,
question also.
yeah, Dr. Mehwish can read the question for us.
Karyotype of Turner syndrome. We are asking karyotype of Turner syndrome. And options are in front of you. 46XXY, 46XO, none of the above, 45XX or 45XO. So if you know about the Turner syndrome, you know about the karyotype very well. And the cause of the Turner syndrome, if you know about the cause of the Turner syndrome, it's very easy to identify the karyotype of Turner syndrome from these options.
Okay, Dr. Laika is saying something. She just raised her hand. Yes, Dr. Laika. She wanted to say something.
Okay,
She raised
students, if
her.
you want to write the reason, why are you selecting this option? You can write it also. And the students who have taken
Exactly.
the live session of genetics from MedExam, so they can tell it very well, because in the live session, we try to explain the reason of everything, and we try to make students memorize the things so quickly, and we try to do that thing which we call concept building, and that concept building you are not forgetting everything for the lifetime.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
think all the
Yes, they
students.
should write the reasons, yeah, why they're selecting the option. So, Dr. Sahar and Dr. Humaira, can you please let us know why the reason you have chosen this option 45XX? Dr. Sahar is saying because one X chromosome is missing. Okay.
I selected XO because one X chromosome is missing.
Okay. Non-disjunction, somebody has said. That's great.
Yeah.
One X
Actually,
chromosome is missing. Okay, belong to
exactly.
monosomy. We are getting a real good discussion at this time. Students, you can
Yeah.
start discussing this topic, and you will never ever forget this discussion. And anytime in your life you come across this
Okay.
question, you will never forget the correct answer.
Dr. Salma
Female
is
with Turner
giving her
syndrome, one X
answer as
chromosome is
well.
missing partially or completely. That's correct, Dr. Selma.
Okay. Dr. Faiza is saying that one X chromosome is eliminated. Okay. That's cool enough. So deletion of one chromosome.
And
Okay.
this time, deletion of one chromosome, good. This time
The
we have
good
got
thing
around 60 correct answers. I'm saying correct. I'm actually exposing the key also. So we can submit this
Okay.
answer, because this time nobody gave the incorrect answer. All the students selected the correct answer, and I'm
So
very
shall I
happy about
select
it.
this?
Yes, you can.
45X0 or this one?
Yes,
Okay, this question will
45X.
do. Okay, 45x0, I'm just selecting it because a few of the students are saying that 45xx, and okay, we have 50% answers of 45x0, and the rest of the students, few are saying that 45xx. So let's see which one is the right answer. Okay, Dr. Mehwish, shall I select? I just wanted to tell my, I just wanted to select one option.
Yes, I just
Okay, okay,
I just saw an
that
answer
is,
with 45xx, and let's see what's the correct answer is. You
okay,
can
I will
select
select
this
this.
one.
I will select this none of above. Okay. Okay, I'll just like this.
You're not a good student then. Actually,
Okay,
Mafia
let's
is
see.
from the admin team, and
Yeah,
she actually don't know the keys.
yeah. Actually, I have no idea that what you people are like studying. I'm just helping you, all of you, in the IT support. I'm just here for the IT support.
Yes,
So I'm just randomly just selecting this option
and you
that
have
none of.
brilliantly presented the questions, and
Thank you so very much.
45xo.
Okay,
45xo is
okay.
the
Okay.
one
I'm just
which is
like,
selected by most of the students. So let's see
okay.
what is
I
the
have just
score of the students.
okay. I'm just writing the name is Mad Exam. Okay, so just see the answer. So okay, we got the 3 right answers. That's pretty cool, actually. So before going back to the dashboard, okay, it shows that we have total 5 questions and we skipped 0, corrected 3, and incorrect 2 options. Okay, let's see which 2 are incorrect. So in the question number 1, you all were right. It was LGA, and here is the explanation. So I
IGA,
just want to see the
yes.
explanation. So here is the
Okay.
explanation. So Dr. Mehwish, your call.
Students, what I want you to do now, that if you come across a question that's about antibodies or immunoglobulins or anything from the immunology or from any subject, I would like to tell you a very important tip, that read everything about. If you're talking about IgA in one question, and if you read everything about all the antibodies in form of a table or in form of a comparison, what you are doing, you are developing a memory that is very strong. So you can see that there is a description of IgA, that it is predominant antibody class in secretions like saliva, tears, breast milk, and breast milk was also explained in the question statement of the question, and mucosa. So if you only cram the key, if you just cram that IgA was the answer to this, you will never be able to solve the question when they will be talking about the saliva or mucosa. So there are questions about the mucosa also, there are questions about the saliva also. So if you are preparing for one question, you are supposed to read everything about it, and then you will be able to solve 100 similar questions on same topic. Okay, so this is the key for you, that you will read everything about a topic when you are solving one question. So you can see that there are descriptions of IgM, D, G, and E also. And if IgA is a monomer, or it is also presented in the form of the dimer. So what others are, M is also pentamer, and the IgA is IgG is also monomer, and IgE is also monomer. Then there are descriptions of all the individual antibodies. And who amongst the candidates can tell me that which immunoglobulin has the largest size?
IgM.
IgM,
And why
IgM.
IgM? Because it's pentamer. Okay.
pentamer, or weight
So
is
we
900.
solve similar questions at one place. You have seen me posting similar questions in the study room of our courses also. But what I have an advice for all the students, that if you solve one questions, try solving similar questions at the same time and read the description of the question also. Why? Because you are supposed to read everything about the topic. That will make you prepare for all the questions related to it. So cramming only the keys, it's a very, very, very bad approach. Try opening the topic and read it while solving one question. Okay, so we can move to the answer of the next question. And students, this table and all these questions which we are discussing in the webinar, these are approachable on the website for free of the cost. So anybody who wants to revise the table or the pictures, they can just log in, and Mafia, you will explain also that how students can reach to this question bank, also
Yeah.
also the explanation.
Okay, it's totally simple. What you have to do is you just write. Even you can just message any of customer support number or any of the number. The team will guide you. Okay, I just give you some hints. What you have to do is just the like you used to write like facebook.com, or sometimes you used to write like google.com. So you just have to write it medexamexpert.com. That's it. Then the website will be open. As I've told you that. So, okay, in the end, Dr. Mehwish, I will explain them, let them solve all the questions
Okay,
at
okay,
once.
great.
So see
You can
this
explain it in
after
the
that.
end so that we don't
Yeah,
lose the answers of the questions.
exactly,
So let's
exactly.
move to the answer of the next question.
Which was the wrong, this was the wrong answer,
No,
actually.
1 minute. It must be a mistake. Actually, for the Eurytus, transitional is the correct answer. It must be a
Okay,
mistake while uploading the questions. Transitional,
okay,
which
might
is
be.
given in the red, is the correct answer, and in the
Okay,
explanation, you can see why this is the correct answer.
okay. So, okay, this was the correct option. I'll check it out
Yes,
again.
the one
So
in the
meanwhile,
red.
just yeah, okay. So let's go to the question number 3 first. So what is this? Okay, this one was the correct option, right?
Yes, a
Or
lot of
so
students selected urogenital sinus, and we will just go to our saver book, which is Oxford Revision Notes. And you can see that there is description of two things, uterovaginal canal and sinovaginal bulb. And they are saying that from uterovaginal canal, it forms the uterus and upper half of the vagina. So if they are talking about the upper half of the vagina, you will select the option uterovaginal canal. Then it has to be something which is continuous with the lower vagina, because we see the vagina as a full organ. So with the lower part, it is fused with the upper one, so it fuses with the sinovaginal bulb. So sinovaginal bulb, which is actually a swelling on the urogenital sinus, all the students selected this answer, and this is the correct one. So if they ask in the question that it's sinovaginal bulb or urogenital sinus, or they give both in the options, both options are correct. But the most correct one is urogenital sinus. And I'm telling you that if they ask sinovaginal bulb in the options, that's also the correct option. So sinovaginal bulb is giving rise to lower half of the vagina. Okay, sinovaginal bulb, it's actually a swelling on the urogenital sinus. So answer was correct. So here, Mafia, we will talk about this part of the question for a few minutes
okay,
more.
okay,
So what I'm saying, that you are reading a question and you are done reading about the lower part of the vagina. And if you just don't read about the upper half of the vagina or the upper part of the vagina, which is the uterovaginal canal, that means if in the exam they ask about this part of the vagina, you are not prepared. So when you are reading about something, you are talking about the derivative of an organ, you should know the derivatives of all the parts of one organ. Okay. So for some organs, there is dual supply. For some organs, there is dual blood supply or nerve supply. And for some organs, there are dual derivatives. So when you read about the blood supply of one part of an organ, you should know about the other also. Because if one part of one question is like this, so the other can also be asked in the exam. So now we can move to the question number 4, or we can just talk about the description of question number 2 as well.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
it's
up to the
done.
students. Yeah,
We can open the
so
description, the table of question number 2.
okay, yeah, we will open
Answer.
that in the end, Dr. Mehwish.
Okay, okay,
Uh,
okay.
okay,
So we will go for the question number 4.
yeah, exactly. So here is the
You
question.
can see again what we are focusing. We are focusing on reading the whole part, reading the whole topic. we are focusing on reading the relevant information. So if you're talking about the lifespan of platelets and you know that other blood cells are also present in the body, so you are supposed to know about the lifespan of other cells also. We will talk to Dr. Delphini. Dr. Delphini and Dr. Kainat, any one of you can take part in the discussion, Dr. Rita, because I'm telling you again and again that this is an interactive session. So, Dr. Rita, can you explain me, or Dr. Kainat, any one of you, can you explain me that what is the importance of reading the whole topic? Like this is in front of you, platelets, lifespan of platelets, and in the explanation you can see the lifespan of all the cells are given. So what is the importance of this thing? Can you tell me? And do you use this strategy while preparing for the exam? You can write in the chat box as well.
Hello, can I add something?
Yes, please.
Yes, I'm Dr. Seher Akhlaq, and I'm also preparing for some exams
Sure.
nowadays. And it's very important to read the whole topic or make a concept, because if the concept is not clear, then we um, we get so much confusions. And if we know the other things which are related to topics, so then we are very much sure. Then we don't have to memorize the correct answer. So I would suggest to all those who are taking exams that even if you are doing or solving the questions or looking at the stamps, whether it's right key or wrong key or what, just go through the topic and related things and clear your concept. And it would be very much easy to understand the question. And if there is some confusion in the keys or in the options, like whether this question is right or wrong, why this is correct or not. But if you learn the topic, then it will be easy to pick all the right keys. Sometimes the questions give options which are really difficult and really means like confusing, this one or that one. Then you can individually solve that question, but it is very much important to learn the things. Thank you so much.
Okay, in a very soft and polite voice, Dr. Seher explained the thing so well that if I explain it, I was not able to explain it so well. Dr. Seher has done the task so justifiably. So Dr. Seher is focusing over two things, that reading the whole topic is very necessary. It will save you from the confusions, it will save you from the doubts, and it will save you from selecting a wrong option also. And also she has talked about one thing. She is saying that you can exclude wrong answers or wrong options also from the questions. So what she is saying that if you have done the whole topic and in the options you know that something is not correct, you are easily able to exclude the wrong options from the options. So it's a very important thing for the students to follow. Dr. Delphini is saying question asked can ask about anything, so need to know the topic. Yes, I'm telling this thing in detail also. Dr. Mana is saying the concept of something from everything and everything from something applies here. It's a very wonderful statement, Dr. Mana. Thank you for contributing. Dr. Kalwanti is saying because next time other cell lifespan can occur, so should be the whole topic. Yes, she's saying she's focusing over the reading whole topics. Dr. Javeria is focusing over same thing. That she's saying that questions can be repeated, same question can be asked about other topic. Yes, she is right. Anything they can ask in the exam, Dr. Rita is saying, and Dr. Lizine is also contributing. She is saying RBC is 120 days. What would be the correct answer in this case when there are two similar options? Dr. Lizine, I want you to explain a bit more that what you are trying to say, so I can answer. Dr. Rabia is also contributing. She is saying comparison makes things also more easier. Flow charts, tables, important points, high yield points, they make the preparation really, really easy. And what I want to add here, what I want to add here is there are always some important topics, not the questions. For MRCOG-1, there are important topics. For MRCP, there are important topics. For FCPS, there are important topics. Every exam is oriented in a way that they focus on some major portions, and they are supposed to ask questions from those topics mainly. So for MRCOG-1, everybody knows that we are obstetricians and gynecologists, and we are supposed to know everything about the basics of the pregnancy and the comparison of the basics of the pregnancy with the normal people. We are supposed to know about this is the theme of MRCOG-1. So the important topics of MRCOG-1 are most likely ones from which they will ask the question. So if they are asking the lifespan of platelets, it's not like this that they will only talk about the platelets in the exam. They are supposed to talk about the other parts of this same topic in the exam. So, okay, so if I'm able to convey my point here, that's great, because now we will move to the next question. Now, Dr. Luzine is saying there are two options here, 120 to 160 and 80 to 120. Okay, so for the RBCs, I would say that 120 is the correct answer. 80 to 120 is the best option when they give 120 to 160, because I would say that the lifespan has a limit, and 120, if they are talking about the RBCs, they will be focusing on this 120 thing, and they will give you a range which will not confuse you, because here they are talking about the platelets, so probably the options are confusing you. So if they talk about these two options, you will pick the 80 to 120, but that's not likely that they ask such confusing things in the exam. Okay. Thank you. So we can move to the next question now. And then I have some amazing tips with you to share. And our very dear student, Dr. Swati, she is my dear friend, and she's also part of this webinar today. And I'm very happy that she is present with us. She will also give you some tips to revise the things, how to revise the syllabus effectively. She will guide you. Okay, again, karyotype of Turner syndrome. The correct answer is 45XO, which was selected by a lot of students. This again, there is some mistake in uploading this. None of above is not the answer. The red one in front of you is the answer. And again, we are focusing on revising and comparing the things. So how you will compare? You will compare the karyotype of Turner syndrome with the karyotype of other syndromes, which are famous, which are most likely to be asked in the MRCOG-1. So karyotype of Turner is 45XO because everybody told me that it is monosomy and one X chromosome is missing from a female. So there must be a karyotype for Klinefelter syndrome, and that is 47XXY. That is an extra X chromosome in a male, that's XXY. So what Klinefelter is, it's trisomy. Okay, it's trisomy. It's an additional X chromosome in a male, and in Turner syndrome, you can see deletion of an X chromosome or absence of an X chromosome. Then we have other types of trisomies or autosomal chromosomes as well. And I know that students from our genetics session, they can recall these things because they were told about these things many times during the session. And I told the students to memorize the important information during this session. So karyotype of Down syndrome is trisomy 21, karyotype of Edward is trisomy 18, and Petal syndrome, the most famous and important syndromes of MRCOG-1. So Petal syndrome is trisomy 13. Dr. Chaman is asking something. Dear ma'am, kindly share recording of this session. Have some network issues and screen is not visible. Recording is always available on the Facebook and the YouTube channel. But one thing you can do is to come on the website and solve the questions and read the descriptions again and again anytime you want. Okay. And team will guide you how to visit the website. Okay. Now, Mafia, I will reopen my screen.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Okay, you can open it. Before that, Dr. Mehwish, can we guide the students regarding the progressive course?
Okay, that's part of my discussion.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
So we have some tips and tricks, and before giving you some tips and tricks, I want Dr. Swati to speak about her experience, and she will explain you that what the preparation, what the strategies she took during the preparation. Can we connect to Dr. Swati? Yes.
Hi, Dr. Mehwish.
Hello, Dr. Swati.
How are you doing? Oh, it's lovely to join over here. The wonderful mentor, Dr. Mehwish. I mean, I couldn't be more thankful. I mean, she's certainly sweet
Thank
from
you.
the very beginning of the course to until the last moment she was there, you know. And the other mentors, Dr. Helmi, Dr. Gonzalez. I mean, all of them are really, really great. I think one of the most important things that they have is like once you join the group, first of all the materials, what is important is there on the website of theirs. So all the sessions are there, even the live sessions and the recorded sessions are there. Then you have every pertinent questions related to those topics are available, all the past year questions that they are available. So it's very easy, like it's been like handed to you over a plate. All you need to do is just plan it out, like how you have want to study, and just get ahead with it. I mean, for me, it was really that way, especially the last month that you have to really concentrate on the revision part because that's the most important. Because even though if you're studying for like 3 months, 4 months, you won't be able to retain all those information with you at the last moment, you know. So even the last 4 weeks, divide your days into topics. Like, say, for example, anatomy, how many days do you want to give it? Then go through all the live sessions that you have gone through, those recordings, and go through the PDFs as well and solve the pertinent questions accordingly. Finish that and only then move to the next topic. And I think for me, the last 10 days was even more important because one of the things that I did was this revision course, which was done by Dr. Mehwish. She took all the important questions and she did it with us. So what happened in this 5 days was like whatever I had revised earlier, it was re-revised, but it was the most important ones. And believe it or not, but around more than 70, 80 questions come from there as well. So of course, your own studies are important. I mean, if you are just going to concentrate only on the last 10 days and not study before that, is not very helpful. You need to work on your weaknesses, you know, where what like I had difficulty studying anatomy, for example, which actually Dr. Mehwish taught, but towards the end when she gave us all the important things of it, I went through it like twice because I knew that was for me it was the most difficult one. And then there comes the group which you have on Facebook. So you got to be really active on that group because what it does is uh, you know, you can take questions like past year questions, or you feel that you know you have some difficulty, post them, be involved with them. Like they would be like many like for example, many of my colleagues that we were always involved in, you know, posting things like the questions sometimes. Like for example, there were few guidelines, of course, which you would need to know, like hypertension in pregnancy, diabetes in pregnancy, intrapartum care. So just dot down like the important points for yourself. It could be on your PDF, or even if you want to fish to write it down and have them dotted there. So when you're actually studying, you are not going to, especially in the last 10 days, it's important that you be able to go through it quickly because you don't have time to redo the, you know, webinar and or go through all of the PDF. It's difficult that. So make your own notes on the sides too. So this is it actually. If you have any questions, you could always ask me.
Okay, it was really, really, really very sweet. And Dr. Swati has explained the whole tenure with med exam also, and she has guided about the preparation so well that if students who are going to take the January exam, if they take the advices seriously, they can prepare the exam very well. And I'm telling you that Dr. Swati got really well score, and she was one of the toppers of our batch, September batch. So I can summarize what she has said. She's saying that be very active in the study groups. She's saying that note down the important points with you, because in the end you cannot play the live sessions of 3 to 4 hours, and you need those points important for you for the revision. And she is saying that she revised the course for 2 times, one time in the group and second time in the workshop. And she is telling you the importance of 1000 questions revision workshop during the last week of the exam, which she took. And also she told you that if you are preparing for your own self, also if you are doing your own hard work, the material will be helpful. And if you are not preparing for yourself and you are not doing the justice to the studies, and you are just thinking that provided material and points will be enough and you will not put your own efforts, that's not the way for passing the exam. So if you are taking the course, you should take it like a guide, you should take it like a lead, but it's not a magic for you to just, you will just read the points and you will pass the exam. You have to remember, you have to build the concepts, you have to interact, and you have to do the hard work which is required. So the guidance and the leading part, and the motivation which we give from the med exam team, and all the queries which we answer is actually provided during the courses. So Samara is saying that we should share the website link. Dr. Swati, from the depth of my heart, I'm thankful that you attended the webinar and you guided our new students. And of course, this guidance it's very necessary. And let's talk about some more tips and tricks. So the first tip, which is already discussed during the discussion part of the question answers, solve relevant questions from a subject. And I have shared similar questions in the study rooms. If we're talking about autosomal dominant and recessive, I have shared all the questions at one place. So that's, thank you, and good luck, everyone. So solve similar questions at one place, because if you are reading one thing today and you are not solving all the questions, similar questions at that same day, you will forget the key and you will not be able to recall that information a few days later. What is the second tip? Find the purpose of the question. This is very important. This is very important. What they want to ask, because sometimes they start a question with another thing. Okay, Dr. Swati, again, thank you so much. And she wants to leave. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for attending the session. And the information you provided to students was very helpful. Okay, so we're talking about the purpose of the question. So if they are giving you a question, the length of the stem is 5 to 6 lines, and they are giving you loads of information into that. And they, in the end, they are just asking about the diagnosis. So you will not go towards the incorrect options just because you are unable to find out the purpose of the question. So always read the question very carefully. Just read the last line. That's mostly what is the likely diagnosis, what is the likely reason, what is the first step of management. So read the question carefully, think about the purpose of the question, then go towards the options. What is the third tip? Exclude wrong options. Dr. Seher was explaining something which all the students were listening. She told you that excluding wrong options, you will be able to exclude the wrong options when you will read the full topics. When you will read the full topics, you will be able to exclude the wrong options. And when you are excluding the wrong options, it's very easy to reach up to the correct answers. Then the fourth tip is always search for an explanation of the answer. Okay, there are a lot of files of the recalls which you and I read, and we sometimes don't know from where a question is coming and what the question was in the paper. And sometimes the statement and options are so misleading that answers are quite incorrect, and students are just following them. So what I tell students that if you are coming across to a question which is which you are unable to understand, just find the explanation of the answer. If in the explanation of the answer, the option you find it wrong, you just leave that question and learn the topic. You leave that past paper question in which in which the information is doubtful, or it seems like the answer which they have provided in the file is incorrect. So you will just go for the full explanation, reading the full explanation and learning that. Practice daily. This is the point on which we focus a lot. What I do, I post questions in the groups daily. Why? I can post all the questions once a week. I can do the work on the weekends, but why I just share 30 to 40 questions once a day? Because I want students to interact and practice the questions daily. Why this is important? Because your brain works for a good amount of time, like you can say in the morning or evening or night, and then it stops absorbing the information that way. So if you are habitual of learning and reading the things twice a week or once a week, that's not a good habit. You have to practice the questions, you have to read topics, you have to study daily for the exam, and then you know that only 2 months are left for the exam. This is the right time to just pick the books and select the time of the day on which you are reading for the exam, and it's very important. So how to revise the syllabus? Mafia can also add some information into it. Mafia, our progressive course is designed in this way that we are making students able to revise the whole syllabus so so easily that it would be so easy to pass the exam if they just follow the structure of the progressive course.
Yeah.
So what we do, we make them read all the important points from the theory part which is provided in the PDF or the lecture form. Then they will solve the related SPAs, and I have told you the importance of solving the related SBAs. That's a very important part of their preparation. Then they will take the live session of the progressive course, which is question-based practice. What is question-based practice? I will explain it also. That you will be given a question. Like today, I gave you a question for the lifespan of the blood cells, and then we discuss the whole topic. So this discussion was very useful. You have seen, I've given you the sample of 5 questions, and those 5 questions with their explanations are very clear to you. And you will not be able to forget it till your exam. So what I'm saying is that in your live session of progressive course or a revision course for January exam, this will be our approach to make the students revise the course very easily. And the fourth part, to solve the past papers daily. In our study room, we will post all the past papers from all the years, because I know the importance of solving the past papers, but we do something which is different. What we do, we not only solve the past paper, we explain, we discuss, we dig into the cause of the option, and if there is any wrong or incorrect thing, we just correct it in the group. So this is a very quick and very powerful revision plan, which is very necessary for the students to just join and start revising the syllabus they have already done. And I think Mafia is giving a very good discount also today on this course. Mafia, you can explain about the discount also. So then I will explain the last part of my webinar.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you so very much. So before that, I just wanted to ask one thing, that what do you think, Dr. Mehwish, why revision is important? Even I would just want to ask the attendees as well. Do you guys think that revision is important before entering to the exam? In fact, it's you can say that it's a level 1 exam. It's a very important, it's the basic level. So in this level, if your base is very good, then you can see that later on for part 2, part 3, you don't need to be worried about those particular parts, but part 1, I guess it's very important. So I just wanted to hear from all of you, that just write in the chat box that what do you think, that why revision is important?
Okay, I'm raising hand. Okay, I want
Yeah,
to add.
yes,
If
please.
I am a student and I'm going to take the exam like after a month or after a week, what I need is a very quick revision. Whatever I've studied 3 to 4 months before, I don't know. I'm unable to recall the information. The only thing which is easy for me to remember is something which I've made stories for, or something which I've practiced on this on the patients. So the guidelines are easier to understand and remember, but the basic information, which is the part of the MRCOG-1, is very difficult to just go into the exam and recall, which I've studied in 3 to 4 months before. So I will definitely go for the revision for like 2 months or 1 month before the exam, and I think the revision part is more important than the main part of the study. If you don't do the revision, this is a great risk for the exam because no one has. And Dr. Rutaba is saying no one has photogenic memory. Everyone needs to recall. Yes, very few
Yes.
people, very few percentage of people in the world have photogenic memory. I don't know if they're blessed or not, but I just believe into the hard work which is required.
Yeah, we have another answer that for retention of things, especially important points, revision is must part, especially explanation based incursions. Yeah, exactly. That's
Yes.
pretty much
Just
right.
like we
Yeah,
did today. Just like we
yeah,
did today.
exactly. Okay, there is a question. Do we need to read books or multiple revisions of the course is enough? I don't think you need multiple books that our course, Alhamdulillah, we have the course that everything is in it. That what we are going to do, I was just going to explain you that what we are, like the purpose of this course is basically to help all the MRCOG students, whether it's for, in the particularly we have the courses for MRCOG-1, MRCOG-2 and MRCOG-3. So we are here to help you all that to it's just this course is just here for all of you to pass your exams in one go. So we know that what are the things, what are the important points a student need to pass their exam. You can just go and watch the reviews we have posted on our Facebook page as well, so you will get to know that what are the feedbacks of our previous course students. So before that, let me get into it that why we need this revision course. So we are being requested by multiple students from our different batches. So on the request of those students, we have prepared this course. This is the exclusively first time we have prepared this revision course for the students. So what is gonna will how we're gonna take this course. So first of all, we have revision in the live sessions of all modules. What does that mean? So we have a few modules, like we have anatomy, pharmacology, and some other different modules. What we're gonna do is we will combine some of the modules and we will give you the recorded lectures, which are already being discussed in our regular course. Most of the regular students are already in the session. They know this thing very well. So what you can do is first you have to revise those lectures. Those are recorded lectures from our website. After that, you can solve your question bank which are related to those particular module. For example, if you are revising anatomy or pharmacology, you have revised you have, let's say you have 3 days, and in 3 days you have revised all the recorded lectures of those two particular modules, and then you have solved the topic test. After that, what you have to do is you have to come in the live session, and then if you have any query, you can discuss in the live session. If you don't have any query, our mentor will guide you what are the important revision points that you should not skip before entering to the exam. The basic purpose of those live sessions are the main points or main things or important points that you should not you can say skip before entering to the exam. Our mentors, senior mentors, will help you on those time in the particular time, that how you can revise all the sessions. After that, we have some flashcards just to memorize those important points. Then we have important exam like workshop, which is called that recalls. So we have recall workshop. In those recall workshop, we have 1,000 important questions, which is just 1 week before the exam, so that it will be fresher. It will fresh your mind as well, that there is no as much you can say that we will not gonna burdenize you. We will just pick out the important things from all of, you can say, from the ball. So in the workshop, we'll give you 1,000 questions. Dr. Mehwish will be with you till the exam, or all mentors will be with you till the exam day. What you have to do in the workshop, you just have to revise 200 questions each day with your mentor. She's gonna explain you that why this option is correct and why this option is not correct. She's gonna explain you the explanation as well, that why we have given you this explanation as well. So after that, you can go to your exam, or even we have some booster mocks as well. Those students who are afraid to enter exam before, you can say that they can just give a booster mock before entering to the real exam. It will give you the real exam environment just we have solved previously. So it will be on the website. You can just solve it anytime. Just let's say if you want to solve it 5 times, you can solve it. If you want to solve it 10 times, you can even solve at that time as well. So few of our students, oh sorry, there is some issue.
No, I shared my screen.
Yeah, you have to share your. So shall I?
I thought you have ended that part of your explanation. But, if you can
That's
share it
fine.
back.
No, that's fine. I was just about to close it, so no problem at all. So what I was saying is that few of our students are like, I have just received few messages from our students that they have not very good grip in biostats. So what we're gonna do is we have separate workshop for biostat as well. You can see the recording of that workshop as well. Okay, so we have focused module wise revision. So anybody who wants to be a part of progressive course, they can join us now. So our course is starting from 20th November, and for 24 hours we have 50% off for all of course students, and for webinar attendees they can avail this offer with 30% off. We have our team members Fatma, Muhira, and Yavar. They can help you all in just getting to the course. So if you have any question regarding progressive course, you can just ask me.
Okay, student is asking about the study pattern. Can
Yeah,
you
Komal
explain
is.
a bit, Dr. Komal, what are you trying to ask the study pattern in the
Actually, I've
revision
just
course, or
because in the study pattern, I've just explained you that first we will all the students have recorded lectures. Once they go through all the recorded lectures, they can solve the topic test. After that, they can they can do the discussion in the study group, as well as after that they can go in the live session with their senior mentors, and the senior mentors will help them that in picking out the important points, or tips and tricks for the, you can say, solving the questions again. And after that, once you are completed with those particular module, one by one you have done all the modules, you can just give to the booster mocks, and after that you can just go to your exam and pass your exam in one go. That's it.
okay, Dr. Baba has a query. She's saying, Dr. Mehwish, can you please explain about flashcard idea and the way of learning by this, Dr. Baba? If you are good at writing the things, and you are good at writing the things in one place, because flashcard is not a big thing, it's not a book you are writing. If you are good at summarizing the things, you can make them. If you are not good at summarizing the thing, and when you are reading your topic, you think that I have to revise everything about it right before
Yeah.
taking the exam, then it's not a good idea to make flashcards for all the topics. Okay.
Dr. Sahar
And
is asking for duration and fees of the course. Yeah, Dr. Sahar, our team members have just dropped their numbers in the chat box. You can just contact them. They will definitely help you out. Okay, Dr. Mana is saying that what will be different from the regular course. So I think Dr. Mehwish can explain this well. Although Dr. Mehwish has explained this so many times, but I want to give you Dr.
no,
Mehwish
no problem. I can
the
explain it again. A regular course is for a student who is trying to study for the whole course for 6 to 8 months, because we started the regular course 6 months back, and students are going at a pace, and it has a particular speed in which we keep taking this course. But the progressive course is for those who just want to quickly revise everything, and it's good for everyone who is going to take the January exam. So the speed and the timing is different.
yes.
Okay, recorded
Actually, I
lectures and
think
live
Dr.
lectures
Mehwish,
team will.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I was saying that the question she asked for in the regular course, we have explained everything in very detail, in a very minute. You can say that every minute information we have covered. But in this course, we have revised. We have revised the modules by picking up all the important points, like important topics. And for example, from pharmacology, we have picked up some important points. From anatomy, we have picked some important points that should not be skipped from your minds before entering to the exams. So you shall not skip this. So if you think that you need to summarize your preparation, you just come over in the progressive course. We have 2 days left, and we are starting our preparation from Sunday. Then after that, even you can join from Monday as well if you think that you need to summarize your preparation.
And also with the progressive course, when doesn't need to enter into the workshop separately. The workshop is 1,000% workshop, which is very important to take before exam. It's a part of the progressive course. So Dr. Baba is saying that she will make some important summaries of the important topics. So Dr. Baba, I would love if you share the summaries with other students as well. So they also get benefit from the knowledge. And if you are good at making the flashcards, just share it with your friends also. All right, Dr.
Yes.
Komal is, I think, taking the exam in the July, and she's trying to get the information about the detailed course. So
Yeah,
the detailed
exactly.
course, so the regular course which I was talking about is is like 6 to 8 months duration, and it is starting from December 15. It's for the candidates of July and September batch, and the July and September 2023. And the students who wish to take the course for longer durations and they think they can prepare for the exam for longer duration, they can take this course. And Mafia, I think
Yes.
such
Yes.
students should also get some discount if
Yeah,
they are the
I think so.
participants of the webinar.
Actually, many of the
And
students already enrolled in the session of in the July batch, because this time we have limited seats. So we have just started enrolling the students so they can prepare well as well.
okay, great. Team will give you the whole information about the July batch as well. So I'm sharing my screen now.
So please.
So students, what I want you to think about your preparation now. You will ask yourself these two questions only. Are you studying daily? Because for the rest of the time, for these 2 months, you should study daily for the exam. If you are not studying daily and you think that your routine, you think that your kids, your job is not giving you enough time and you are not able to study daily. I'm not saying 3 to 4 hours or 6 to 8 hours or 1 to 2 hours. I'm not fixing the hours for you. I'm just saying that you need to pick up the books daily. So if you are studying daily, you are eligible, you are good to go for the exam. And what is the second question you need to ask yourself? Do you know the areas to focus in MRCOG-1? When Dr. Luzine was giving you the description of her preparation for MRCOG-1, she told you that everybody has different weak areas. You are good at anatomy and you might be a person who doesn't know the genetics well, or you know the genetics very well, but it might be the physiology which is difficult for you. So if you know that which subject is difficult for you, that means you are good to take the exam. Because if you have sorted out already, that means you are already working on it. Because if I'm going to take the exam and I don't know which subject is difficult for me, that means I've not sorted it right now. I'm not prepared for it. So if you already know that data interpretation is difficult for me, or clinical management is difficult for me, anatomy, that means you are good to take the exam. And what you will do, you will work on your areas which are difficult for you. So for the rest of the time, it is totally possible that you know about the weak areas, you work on those weak areas, and then you take the exam, and definitely you can clear it. For the biostatistics, which I was expecting students to just shout at biostatistics is very difficult for me. It's in Dr. Desiree's hands, and she will make the biostatistics very easy for you. And before exam, you will not think that biostats is difficult for you. And again, you are taking the biostats workshop from Dr. Desiree, then Dr. Helmi will make you practice a lot of biostats questions in the live session. Okay, two important things about the biostats in the regular course. Then in the session of progressive, you will revise it. And then in the workshop, you will solve a lot of biostats questions. So do you really think that 10 to 12 questions will be a problem after this whole hard work from MedExam team and mentors and you? Micro. Okay, Dr. Kainat. The session on microbiology has already been done. And again, you will get a revision session and then a lot of the micro questions in the workshop. So if your revision plan is strong, and you know that what are the areas which are difficult for you, you are really, really good to take the exam. If you have booked it already, then good. Just work on the preparation part, work on the revision part. And if you have not booked it and you are confused that if you are taking the exam in January or not, if you should take July, just ask yourself these two simple questions and you will assess yourself that how your preparation is for January exam. Okay, Mafia, everything is done from my side. And I think, thank you, Mary, for appreciating the MedExam team. So it was a very informative and knowledgeable webinar from the team MedExam expert. Mafia was there to help us in visiting the website. I brought some tips and tricks for preparation, and I made you solve some questions also. Dr. Swati and Dr. Sahar and a lot of students, they gave very important and useful tips. And if I'm someone who is saying things and if a student who is like you and who is going to take the exam, Dr. Luzine gave you so very important tips as she is going to take the January exam. So it's very advisable to follow those tips also. You are not only supposed to take the advice from the teachers or the mentors, you are supposed to take the advice serious from the students who are working like you, who are studying like you, who have kids like you. So the students who are in similar situations, they help each other so well. So I'm very happy at the end of this webinar. This was very interactive, and I guessed a lot of queries. And I have given you an orientation also that for the rest of the 2 months, what you have to do, where you stand, and what you have to do in terms of clearing your exam easily. So thank you. Thank you, Fatma. Thank you, Nada. So what we will do, we will start progressive
Dr.
course in
Mehwish,
just 2 days. Yes.
yeah, actually, as we have promised that we will tell them that how they can, how they can get the study material for free. So I just wanted to
Okay.
give them a quick tour for that.
Please, you can steal the screen. I'm all good.
Yeah. Thank you so very much. Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Yara. Dr.
Okay.
Nigat, the
So,
sessions will be long. Let me answer this query first, Maka. The sessions will be
yeah,
long,
please.
around 5 to 6 hours, because you are sitting and studying the 2 or 3 subjects, revising actually. Yes, you have a 2 to 3 hours, but it can be longer than that, 5 to 6 hours on average, you can say.
Yeah, exactly. So my screen is visible. So I just, as Dr. Mehwish said, that we are working very hard for all of you. So I just wanted to hear from all of you as well that how was the session and how's everything in the session. So please do leave your feedbacks as well. So what you have to do is you can just go to our Facebook page as well if you have missed any point, or even you can just check out tomorrow our YouTube channel. So this recording will be uploaded there as well. So what you have to do is you just have to log into your account. After that, here you have to click on the study material.
And Mafi, please
After
explain
that,
that making this account is free of cost for everyone.
yes, it's totally free of cost, because we have just written the word free keyword here so that everyone shall know that it's totally free. Okay. So after that, you have to go to the free library. And for instance, as you can see that we have MRCPI free library, OET, and MRCOG department. So let's say I'm in the need of MRCOG-1. So I'll write over here. So this was that exam. Here is the free material. We will open the free library stuff soon as well, because we have some free mock exams. We have some free questions for you guys. We will open that as soon as possible. So probably in the 2 or 3 days, because exams are around the corner, so we will open the free mocks for you guys as well. Okay. So for now, we were just solving these questions. So as you just have to click on practice now. Then after that, you have to select your paper. And after that, you have to click on the start button. Actually, I just wanted to show you guys that we have corrected the options as well.
Okay, great.
Okay, yeah. So
Means
let's
when
say
they
it's
will revise these 5 questions after visiting the website, they will get the correct
okay.
ones.
Yes.
And the explanations also.
Yeah, exactly. So I've just selected, you can see that I've just selected some questions and options. I don't know still the right option, but I'm just selecting it. So, and here is question number 5. So I have just submitted. Let's say it's my first attempt. Okay, I have just saved it. Okay, only 2 options are correct, rest are wrong. So let's see the answers. So for question number 1, they said IGA is the correct option. Here is the explanation. And after that, here is question number 2. So transitional is the correct answer. And here is the explanation. So you can even download this. Once you will click over here, the explanation will be downloaded in your system. So the third question is here. The correct option is this option B. And in the 4, I haven't attempted the question. So there is the correct option. And in the 5th, this one is the correct option. And here is the explanation. So now you can see that even you can retake the exam, you can go to the dashboard as well. So if you have any query so far, you can ask me. Then after, if not, are the module wise. So yeah, Dr. Niket, our team member just dropped their number. You can just drop in a message. They will explain you all the study material and the pattern and the duration of the course as well.
In a very short
So
time, there will be module voice questions available for all of you to practice with a lot of with a very detailed explanation also on this website. Right now, if someone joins the course, he gets topic-wise topic tests, and also in our study groups, you know that after going into the live session for a particular subject, what we do, we make students solve the topic test also, and the topic-wise preparation is the part of the regular course.
okay, Dr.
And we also
Kainat.
announced the top scorers in our group.
Yeah.
And it's like a healthy competition between our students that they solve the questions and we get the scores, and then we announce top scorers, and it makes them really happy when someone tops in the genetics or anatomy. So it's really a very healthy study environment in our study group on Facebook.
Yeah, true.
Okay, yes, Dr. Niket is already in. Dr. Kanat, or in wrong question? I don't understand.
She's asking,
Okay, in
is there a
exam,
deduction of marks?
no, there is no deduction, and you can see the instructions in the start of this mock exam as well, that there will be no negative marking for MRCOG-1. You should solve all 200 questions. If you are marking it correct or incorrect, that doesn't matter. Any other questions, students?
Humayma is saying that how a med exam expert is different from other groups.
We have
Well,
Mafia, we have Dr. Mehwish, we have Dr. Helmi, Dr. Zaib, Dr. Hassan, who are not part of it. So this
true
is my
that.
explanation. Actually,
Dr. Humayma, you can just visit our page and you can check the reviews over there. Students have explained us very well. Even the first thing is that we are not praising ourselves. Our students are words. They are just saying some beautiful words for us. You can just visit our page. You will get to know.
actually, I appreciated my whole team. Why I'm appreciating my whole team, Mafia, and the whole the admin team, the CEO, Mr. Hassan, and my senior mentors and the mentors for part 2 and part 3. Why I'm appreciating everyone? Because I have a very, very wonderful personal experience with all the teachers. And I know that the dedication and the amount of time they give to med exam and to the students. And I know that how well they structure the courses. Dr. Helmi is the lead mentor for MRCOG-1, and he is so dedicated person. He is organizing the course so well that I don't find this dedication and the hard work in other groups. I don't want to say any bad words about anyone, but actually we try our best to make students understand all the important points for the exam, and the success rate for med exam is also very high. 90% students, they get the very good score in the exam. So 1 minute. I subscribe MRCOG-1 question bank for 1 month, but the system allows me for, okay. This is just a very minor technical issue. A team will settle it very soon. Dr. Masharuddin. Okay, so I'm explaining that med exam team, all the admin team, all the mentors team, all the moderators of the group, they are working really hard to deliver the best education to the students.
Yes, right, exactly. So with this positive vibes, with this positive feedback, let's end this webinar. I just wanted to say thank you so very much, Dr. Mehwish, for your time. I know it's really difficult to manage in with the family, with the with the preparation of yourself. For you are preparing for your exam as well. So I just wanted to say thank you so very much for managing time for us, for our students, and I'm just praying that whosoever is preparing for the exam, may Allah help them all so they can pass their exam in one go. A very best of luck, a very good luck for your exams. Thank you so very much, everyone, for joining in.
Ameen, and thank you and good luck, students. Someone is saying, please again, how to open free library. Doctor, you will get the recording right after we terminate the session. You will get the recording on our Facebook page, and you can play this recording as many times as you want. So, and also if you just log in into the website, it's very easy to make an account and reach to this free activity session.
Okay,
Thank you,
Dr.
Dr.
Komal is
Sharma.
asking for the page
Thank you,
link,
Dr.
and few of
Razin.
the students are okay. The students who are facing any issue regarding, if they are facing any issue regarding they need any page link, if they need any YouTube link or question bank whatsoever, we have just dropped 3 numbers. You can just our team have shared the free library link as well. Thank you so very much, backend team, for being so quick. Okay, we have shared the numbers of the course counselors as well. You can just drop in a message, whatever query you have, you can just tell them. They will definitely help you out. Okay, otherwise we are time to time we conduct free webinars. You can tell us in time that if your query is not being solved, but it will not happen. It is just in case. I was trying to be funny. Okay,
Another
thank you
thing
so
I
very
want
much.
to
Yeah.
say in the end of this session, students, sometimes you don't need to know what is the difference between a lot of things which you are coming across in the market, you can say, because there is a very confusing thing that a lot of people are saying and are coming in front of you and they're saying our courses are best, our courses are best, and choosing one is really a difficult task for students, and they really get confused that they are paying the money and what they will get in the return. So what I would say that just make your own decision. Just go to the YouTube channel of MedExam and play some lectures by our mentors. What you can do next, that you can follow the guide groups activities, and then you can see the sample of the real course. And again, if you still are confused at why you are joining med exam or any other course, you can discuss your status of preparation with the med exam team. Like if you are just coming and saying that I want to discuss my situation, my career situation, my study routine, my job routine with one of your mentors, med exam team will organize or schedule your contact with the mentor, or the med exam team itself is very helpful in guiding such situations. So knowing about the difference between different courses is actually not necessary for the students. Actually, they should come and get served on the very right place, and in the end, they should get very good results. Okay. So by these very good words and the positive vibes, as Mafia said, we will terminate the session. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Thank you so very much.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.